All right, what's going on? You listen to King Cam on Ujumbe podcast and Ujumbe meets message. And I am glad that you guys are here with me one more time. And this is night school. Hope you got your school supplies. I hope you got your pen, your paper, and just a little bit of time. But I'm glad that you guys are here with me. Much love to those who are in the diaspora. All over the world. I'm just really thankful for you guys to be here one more time with me. This is Night School, session 3, and let's get down to the business, all right? All right, now, this is, first of all, this is an introduction to African history, right? And it's geared just for you. It's geared just for you, and it's designed to foster a life of learning and understanding. It's not just one of those things where you just listen to a lecture and, oh, that was nice. It's something that you should be able to take with you. It's something, I hope there's something that I say that you'll be able to say, hey, I didn't know that, or hey, let me add to it. You know, this is this page. This is what it's about. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and much love to the fam that has followed over this time. This is our 3rd year in the podcast, so I really appreciate that. But it's designed for everybody. Now, this session will be once a week. Okay, once a week. I may post a little bit more frequent than that, but it's normally once a week. And we're gonna go over a few readings on the continent. I won't read the book for you. I do encourage you guys to read and add on to the conversation. All right. And some people ask me, King Cam, you always talking about Kemet this, Kush that. Are there any other civilizations outside of Kemet? Absolutely. There's plenty of it, and we're going to get down to it. I think this book is the greatest book. Well, not the greatest book. It is a great book that covers the whole continent, and it's pretty even. All right. This book is called The Lost Cities of Africa. It is by Basil Davidson. Yes, he is European. However, he, as well as a few others, are pretty unbiased when it comes down to the information. It's not laced with racism or whatever you want to say. Do I agree with everything he says? No, I don't. However, it's still a good book. You know, I'm sure you guys don't agree with everything I say. But still, I hope we can get an understanding that we're all here to learn together. So that's the book we're coming out of, The Lost Cities of Africa by Basil Davidson. Pretty good book. Check it out and get that. Now, let's recap. Well, first of all, before we get to the recap, we're going to deal with Chapter 3, The Kingdoms of the Old Sudan. Now, Basil Davidson, he didn't just say the Sudan. He said the old Sudan, y'all. So what is this, the old Sudan? But before we get into the old Sudan, who remembers what happened last week? Let's recap. Last week, what was the main idea of Chapter 2? Y'all can comment. Y'all can put it in the... y'all can like, comment, subscribe. Y'all can put it in the comments down below on YouTube and tell me what was the main idea of Chapter 2 in Lost Cities of Africa. I know the answer. I want you guys to find out. If you don't know, check out the previous video, all right? Who were the lords of the southern frontier? No, we're not talking about Texas. No, we're not talking about the Wild West, okay? Who were the lords of the southern frontier? This is from last week too. All right. Next question. How was Egypt, Libya, and Kush connected? Okay. It's not just by proximity. Yeah, it's a little bit by proximity and by proxy. But what else? What was the other thing that made them connect? And what about Meroe? Why was Meroe important? Why was Meroe the key concerning this chapter? All right, Lost Cities of Africa, Chapter 2. But now, let's get to Chapter 3. We're going to identify and discuss the major concepts of the book entitled Lost Cities of Africa in Chapter 3. I like to ring that bell a few times so we all can understand what we're about to get into, okay? Now, Chapter 3, the question dealing with the main question for this chapter, the question is, what is the Bilal Es Sudan? What is that? What is this place called the Bilal Es Sudan or the Sahel region? What is that place? And why did Davidson term this place Old Sudan? Quote unquote, Old Sudan. Maybe you guys know. You can just let me know. Because I read this book before, but I'm reading it differently now. But what do you guys think? And how ancient is the use of the metals south of the desert? Let's get into it. All right, chapter 3, the kingdoms of the Old Sudan. Let's answer one of the questions. Bilal Es Sudan, or land of the blacks, was a term used by Arab travelers who wrote about this region. Be it geographically, historians, or poetry, they normally lump this area together, the Bilal Es Sudan. And so Davidson stated that the Arabs mean that all the lands that lie immediately beyond the Sahara, okay, or beyond the Sahara region. That was what he was saying, okay? And in this chapter, it simply meant Western Sudan. In chapter 3, in that book, it just simply means Western Sudan, west of the country called Sudan. That was the Bilal Es Sudan. Okay, it spans an estimated 4,000 miles, beginning at the country of Sudan all the way to Mali. That is a lot. You could actually fit the United States in that strip of land, and you still have space. That's how large it really is. Those modern maps, y'all, these modern maps really don't do it any justice at all. Think about that. 4,000 miles. Goodness. Some of the countries in Africa are larger than our largest state in the United States. That's something. But now, the early, I'm sorry, I did have a typo. The early East, it says East, but it should be West Africa. My fault, okay? Discoveries at Nok, all right? So, where did the people go? Where did the people go? You guys could tell me. You guys could tell me type. Once the people of Egypt fell, once Kemet fell, where did they go? Y'all could tell me a type of what, like I tell my students, where did they go?